Greetings, loved ones, and welcome back to my channel. Right before I started filming this, my neighbor was doing some kind of weed whacking, some kind of chainsawing, leaf blowing, something very violently loud. So I took some time and I think he's done. We will hope. Hello, today we are going to be talking about my relationship with Miss Chloe Ting. Just kidding, never met her, but I did her 2-week shred program with my best friend Nevin as well as my sister Lindsay, and we finished it 2 weeks ago today. And I have been talking about this video on my Instagram story, kind of trying to gauge interest in it if you guys would like to see it, and as well as on my Twitch stream. My Twitch peeps know, because they saw me always streaming before I would go and work out later, that this video has been mighty requested by them and long awaited. So I am happy to be providing it for you today. I am going to be basically listing off the pros and cons that I have for doing the 2-week shred and where I'm at now, and also incorporating just kind of like I guess just a where are they now Chloe Ting style, because I feel like as a workout program, you know, you do the 2 weeks and then you're kind of like, all right, what now? Okay. So let's just go back to when I started the program. We started on May 20th, 2020, and then finished on June 3rd. Going back to May 20th, I didn't really know too much about the Chloe Ting workout program from too many people. I'm not like on TikTok. I didn't know it was like this huge trend on there and all these things. So I had only seen one of my other friends do this and then post about it, and he was like, my abs snatched. Like, it definitely is a great motivator because you see so much progress. And then I don't remember if it was Lindsay or Nevin, but we do FaceTime workouts because we're in quarantine. And one of them was like, how about we try the Chloe Ting 2-week shred in our group message? And I was kind of like, okay, I mean, if you guys want to do it, I'm down. But it definitely wasn't my idea, and I'm not saying that to be like, I don't like fad workout plans. I just really like my own routine. You know, I'm very set in my ways and set in my routines in all realms of life. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm down for the challenge, because this is a challenge. It's called the 2-week shred challenge for a reason. It is very hard. It was very difficult for me, but I was so happy when I made it through. So I feel like that's important to note, is like, this is, you know, you're gonna be doing this and exhausting yourself and going ham on this for 2 weeks, and you definitely see the results that pay off. But yeah, just keep in mind to, I don't know, take your time with it, not be too hard on yourself, and definitely enjoy those 2 rest days that you get in the entire 14 days. But for those of you who don't know who Chloe Ting is, she is a fitness gal here on YouTube. She also has a website where the entire 2-week shred program is on there for free. It's a free workout program. So a lot of people have been doing it like in quarantine or before summer, you know? And we decided to do it, and these are my pros, okay? So I put them all in my notes. My personal pros were that I definitely got a confidence boost from finishing the program, and you're just so proud of yourself when you're done, because personally I just thought that shit was so hard, you know? Like, even from working out from February until May, even though I had been consistently working out every single week, multiple times a week, I was not prepared for the high intensity cardio workout that is that first burning fat video. I don't know, I forget the name, but I know the music. Oh, it's implanted in my brain. My other pro though is that the sculpting results are pretty apparent, I feel like. It definitely depends on your body type, but from starting the program already kind of looking more fit than I was at the beginning of the year, then I just started seeing more definition, really, like definition with my abs, definition with my biceps. And that was the main 2 areas that I saw like, whoa, those are some results, huh? honey. And I was taking midway photos, and probably the most apparent results for me were on day like 6 or 7. And it was so weird because it was like the midway point, but I was already seeing my abs being so much more defined, and I was like, okay. So from that is a pro, that it really encourages you to keep going because you're seeing the results so tangibly, you know? And then my last pro is that first cardio video, the high intensity cardio workout at the beginning that you do every single day. That video did get a little bit easier as I went on, and it also kind of proved to me how much I need cardio in my workout routine, because I normally do sweat app workouts, which I'm gonna be showing you guys some of that in this video as well and talking about them. But I mean, there is some kind of cardio exercises every now and again on different days, but for the most part it is a lot of like weightlifting and lunges and stuff like that, and I'm not really used to like jumping around and getting my heart beat up, and like I'm not a runner, you know, so I wasn't really prepared for the level of cardio that I was going to be getting from Miss Ting, but it provided, and it also just reminded me of, yeah, the importance of cardio, because your girl loves her lunges and her arm circles and, you know, weight workouts and stuff like that, but definitely getting my heart rate up has been a new thing that I have continued in doing workout routines after finishing Chloe Ting. But yeah, so those are my pros. I really think the biggest one is how proud you are when you're done with it, and how you kind of have that like confident glow afterwards. And being proud of yourself is just such an amazing feeling, and I feel like it really translates to other people, because in my Twitch streams, or even just like Instagram live or in a video or something, people will comment and be like, you seem so much happier, like so much more confident. I don't know what it is, but like, keep it up, girl, you know? And that's so nice to hear, because, you know, when I wasn't working out until the beginning of 2020, I started my workout routine again. And I have an entire video about my body confidence journey while losing weight this year. And I just want to say that like my intention with starting working out again wasn't even to lose weight. It was just, hey, I never fucking move my body anymore except for the occasional hike, so maybe I should start doing a weekly workout routine, you know? And that started in February for me, and I've just been sticking with it ever since, which is the first time that I've ever done that in my life. So hats off to that, folks. But yeah, I have a bunch of videos about body confidence on my channel and whatnot, and it was really important for me at the beginning, even with this challenge, the Chloe Ting challenge, not to let myself fall into this mindset of like, oh, I want to lose weight by doing this program, or oh, I'm gonna look so snatched, I'm gonna look like her when I finish this program. It's like, no, let's just try it out and see how we feel doing it. And I think that it definitely helps me with my confidence boost, because I feel like when I wasn't working out, it's just so easy to get into not only a sluggish routine, but a sluggish personality as a result, you know? Like, not to talk smack on myself or anything like that, or demean my past self, but I think that it's just so apparent with endorphin rushes that you get from working out, and gained confidence from your physical strength gain. Like, those things in themselves just make me happier, truly, in the simplest form. So that's definitely a very big pro of doing this routine. Okay, now let's get into the cons, because I honestly have a couple more cons than I do pros. And this is just my personal experience. You know, everybody has a different relationship with workout plans, but my biggest con is that there is no warm-up or stretching afterwards. So you kind of forget about that aspect in the importance of that in your workout routines. And also, personally, since completing the 2-week shred, I have started doing a warm-up before my workouts, because I just feel like it's so important to like get my heart rate going at the beginning. Right now, I've been doing a Mad Fit song dance workout to start off, and they're so much fun. It just like really gets me going, and I'm gonna include a clip over the screen of me doing one today. That woman is crazy. How does she come up with those things? Oh, so much fun. Oftentimes very hard. But even if it's really fast, like a 2.5 minute video, I like to do those at the start, because it gets me going, if you will. So I would definitely suggest to anybody doing this workout plan to, you know, maybe just do a little before stretching or just like jumping around and dancing in your room for a second before you get into it, because there were some days where it was very hard to muster the courage to join Miss Ting on the mat. It was. And if I had a warm up, maybe it would have been different. I don't know. It's a hard thing to commit to for sure. And there were days where I was like, fuck this, you know, but I still did it. So that's nice. And then as for the stretching after, that's something that I always do. Specifically when I do my Sweat app workouts, I always do the cool down stretches, because it's very important to me in my workout routine to just have that moment afterwards where I'm like, okay, bringing my heartbeat down to earth, you know, like getting grounded again, and also just getting my flexibility up, because I used to do like gymnastics and cheerleading and dance in my younger years, and since then I no longer have the splits. I can no longer do the splits. And I want to be able to do the splits, you know? So I try to do those. I try to do some straddle stretching. Today specifically, I had a leg day, so I was really trying to do, you know, my runner stretches, my hips, my glutes, all of those things. So it depends on what I'm stretching, obviously, if I'm doing a target workout on a certain area, but I think that that's super important. I'm talking about this a lot, but my next con is that there are no rep counts. Oh, that is just a personal irk of mine for sure, because I'm such the type of person to be like, oh, I have to do that 20 times. All right, here we go. 1, 2, you know, and like I'm in it. But in Chloe Ting's plans, it's more like, hey, go on for 30 seconds and off for 5 seconds, or off for 10 seconds, which is like the longest rest you'll get, sometimes 15, I feel like. And with it being timer based, it just makes me like, how long is this going on for? There would be so many moments where I was on the mat and I would always look up at the screen to be like, how much longer? And it was always 10 seconds left. So I'm like, if I can just go after something for 30 reps, 20 reps, whatever it might be, that's so much easier for me. So that's definitely what I like about Sweat as well, is it's like, do this 15 times and then move on. And there's a 7-minute timer as like the interval of the 4 exercises you're going to be doing, but it's not like 30 seconds each. So you have time to like catch your breath and do that. And that was one thing that definitely lacked in Chloe Ting's plans as well. And I understand why. It's because you're trying to like burn fat quickly and just get your heart rate going, and that cardio, it's like on, you know, and it's, that program is designed to lose weight. So doing those exercises, you know, sometimes I would just have to pause the video and be like, I need a fucking break, because these plank jacks are murdering me, and they do every time. But yeah, the little to no breaks is definitely a con as well. So I would say that even aside from the timer and stuff like that, that was a huge one. I mean, doing it with Lindsay and Nevin, we would all just be like, can we just stop for a second? And I don't feel like you should feel bad for taking breaks and having to catch your breath, especially if you're somebody who doesn't really work out very consistently and then you're trying to do that plan. It's like, you're gonna need to go into it slowly to be able to meet her at the same level. And also, this is just such a thing with workout videos in general, but the person exercising in front of you on the screen rarely looks like they're in pain. They're just like getting after it, and you're like, is she not like completely dead filming this? Like, I would be on the ground, you know? And it just makes no sense. There would be some times during the ab workouts where you could see on her face, she'd be like, you know, kind of wincing, but other than that, it looked like she was just in little to no pain. But you have to also keep in mind that she films in many takes as well. Anyways, talking about these way too long, but this is definitely one of my biggest cons as well, is that the workouts are so hard on your joints. Ooh, girl, my knees. Even by day 2, I was like, my knees are hurting so bad. My ankles afterwards, I would put like, you know, some cream on them, some arnica gel, and like rub my joints afterwards, because I was just like, oh my God, this is a lot. And I watched my friend Christy Vetter's video on her experience with Miss Ting as well, and she was like, my wrists, they were hurting so bad. And I didn't have any issues with my wrists personally, but I feel like for a lot of people, you know, like different joint problems are going to be apparent. And there are some low intensity alternatives that you can do instead of, you know, doing the jumping. You can just do like lifting of your legs. But I always get into this mindset when I'm like, okay, well, is that going to be working me out as hard as it would be if I was jumping? Probably not. And then I like force myself to do the hard one, even though it hurts me, which is not good. If you're being hurt by an exercise, you should just take the low intensity route and just call it a day, you know? But anyways, this all being said, I would definitely recommend doing these workouts on a very thick yoga mat if you're using a mat. And I have a carpet here in my room, and I would do the workouts on the carpet and then with a mat on top of it. And even then, sometimes, like because I have hardwoods at the base flooring, it would be too hard on me. So I would definitely recommend some soft cushioning for those. Okay, and then the last con is just that the thumbnails kind of enforce body goal stereotypes, or how you're going to look when you finish the program, or how you should look, whatever it might be. But yeah, definitely the thumbnails are like, you know, get these abs in this amount of days. And it's kind of just like those old infomercials that you would see, or like for flat tummy tea, or all of those other fad kind of either substances that you can take, or a supplement, or yeah, some kind of a smoothie, some pre-workout drink that slims you quicker. It kind of falls all under that same category of, this is marketing, right? Like, she has to market this to people. If you look like that on the thumbnail, people will click it. Honey, I get it. I get the click game, you know? Like, I'm in the same business of clicks, baby. So it can be harmful, but at the same time, I understand why she does it, because she does have these abs. She does look like that, and she'll show you what she actually looks like in the video, you know? And I think that that can serve as a motivator for some people, but also it can be deteriorating for your mental health at the same time. So this all being said, I really just think it's important to go into any workout program just thinking like, hey, I might not finish looking like her, but I'm gonna finish looking like me and looking like my best version of me, because I am getting out there, getting after it, baby. You know, like keeping myself on the ball, staying healthy and working out consistently. Those are all admirable things. That's wonderful. Just because you don't actually end up getting the 11 line abs or your arm muscles super popping or whatever it might be, doesn't mean that you didn't accomplish a great thing, you know? Every body is different. So just keep that in mind. Take everything with a grain of salt. She is in the game of, you know, marketing. She's offering these for free to people, this workout plan. So she's getting paid through, you know, her views and these going viral for her. So like, I understand getting compensation for what she does, because she is helping a lot of people who normally would pay for a different workout plan get these results for free, which is nice. But yeah, sometimes I just think about like how this is really popular on TikTok, you know, and TikTok generally has like a younger crowd watching it. So it can be especially, I meant to say detrimental here, but I said some dumbass shit instead. So it can be especially detrimental is what I mean. To the younger gals watching her videos and stuff like that, or thinking that they could look a certain way. But I mean, body image is really just a personal journey, and I feel like it's just so important for people to go into anything that they do thinking, hey, however my results turn out at the end of this, that's fine. I'm just doing this to see if I can, you know, get myself stronger, make my body feel like I have really accomplished something, and whatever it might be, mental, physical benefits, I think that it's a good thing to do. I definitely, in the long run, don't really see a Chloe Ting 2-week plan as something that is sustainable. Like I said before in this, my friend Christy Vetter made an entire video about her experience as well. And in her video, she was saying like, it's not sustainable because you're not adding any weight on. You're not using resistance bands. You're not adding any weight or dumbbells or doing any kind of reps or anything like that. So, you know, sculpting wise, you'll kind of stay the same pace. And I feel like that might be why in the midweek you see a lot of results. At least this was my personal experience. And then after that, I just kind of looked the same as I did midweek. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I got so many more results after that. It was like, no, you know, I wasn't really adding on. I was just doing the same thing over and over again. So this being said, I don't want this to come off as though like I didn't like doing it. I mean, it was definitely really hard on my body and oftentimes on my brain as well, because I would have to muster the courage to get back in there with her, get back on my mat. But overall, like I've been saying in this video, I'm just proud of myself that I did it. And you know, I would recommend it if you're looking for a little challenge. But as for what I'm doing now to kind of sustain my workout routine and keep up this momentum, because you are working out every single day, minus those 2 rest days that you have with the Chloe Ting program, you know, going from that to just regular life when you're like, well, do I work out every day now? Because that was never really what I was doing beforehand. I was doing workouts maybe 3 to 4 times a week. And right now I took a full week off after finishing the program because I just like needed a freaking break. And I was also like marching and protesting and stuff. And I just, yeah, needed a break physically, mentally, all of the things. And then when I came back to it, it was about a week ago. And I've just been returning to my regular sweat app workouts. As of today, I'm on week 12 of BBG 1.0 on that app. So after this, I'll probably start the BBG Stronger program because they're in 12-week programs. But I really like the format of Sweat. This is not sponsored by Sweat. I just am an advocate for using that as a platform because I feel like they really build you up, you know, like from the beginning. If you do BBG beginner, you are starting at a slow pace, but how it's laid out is basically like you do 2 separate workouts, 2 separate circuits, and then you repeat them. So you can add on more like laps for the 7-minute time limit that you have, or just take a break once you're done with your first round of doing those 4 exercises. But I just feel like the format of like doing lunges and, you know, weightlifting is good for my biceps, and I like how they switch it up for every week and stuff like that, and also how it is targeted. So I'll have like a leg day and then an arm day and an ab day in my weeks, and then I'll have some rest days in between as well. Right now, at least, I'm aiming to do every other day workouts and have been staying pretty consistent with that. So that's where I'm at now, and that was my experience with Miss Chloe Ting. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just wanted to make this video because a lot of you were requesting it and asking my honest opinions on what I experienced. And like I said at the beginning, if you watch me on Twitch, you know, because I would always do my workouts afterwards and they would just like ask me questions about how I'm feeling about the program. Some of my viewers were doing different ones of Chloe Ting's programs. You know, I think there's like a butt one or like a hourglass challenge or something like that. She has a bunch of different challenges overall that you guys can look into. It's not just the 2-week shred, but yeah, she is in the business of making little digestible plans for everybody, and she does make reaction videos to people's results and stuff like that, and what I eat in a day videos, and it's just a fit queen. And before her, I wasn't really watching many like fitness videos on YouTube. I was just doing my little sweat app, my little stoned and toned workouts every now and again, but I wasn't like subscribing to fitness channels on YouTube. But now I'm like seeing so many more in my recommended, and that's how I found Mad Fit, was from doing this program. I saw her in my suggested, and now I've been doing her little song workouts too to pump myself up at the beginning of my workout routine, and that's been nice for me. But yeah, I just want to say like everybody is different again, and if you don't feel like, you know, you want to do some kind of a dance video or you want to do this specific app workout or this challenge workout, like you don't have to do it, you know? I just wanted to talk about my own recommendations, my pros and cons, And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If this video is received well, maybe I'll do like a workout with me video. What an interesting route my life has taken this year, starting to work out again. Who would have thought that I would make a workout video in the future? I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that. Leave me a comment down below if you did do the Chloe Ting 2-week shred, or how you feel about it in general. If you're going to do it, if you're not interested, let me know how you feel about it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring the notifications bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload. You can become a patron of mine if you want to support my earnings for this month. Until my next video, stay smiling. Bye guys. The saw is starting outside from Finley, so this is a good time for me to wrap it up.